took so much from me. Days disappeared. Nights were trapped in blank neon lights. There were windows but no sky. And I forgot the wind that once called me. Time taught me how to surrender, how to bow my head, how to pretend to smile, how to hide myself in words saying this is how life should be. I slowly faded away. I'm heading to the sea now, with this body full of scars, without a word, without any luggage, into that vast and blue embrace, to confess myself, to strip myself bare. Will the song I forgot rise again in the sound of waves? Will the horizon still remember my name, even if I follow no one anymore? I go to the sea first to stand as myself. Try to erase me, even if I leave no trace behind. The fact that I existed, will the sea know that? I'm heading to the sea now, with no tears, no words, carrying all heaviness in these light footsteps, heading to the sea inside me. The sea won't ask me why I came so late, it'll just quietly hold me. I'm heading to the sea now, into the sea's embrace I go. I climbed the mountain far too late. The sun was long gone, the trail unclear, but something within me pushed forward, an urgency without name, to go somewhere, anywhere, but not stay still. Darkness swallowed the path behind me, and fear walked beside me, until a silhouette appeared in the trees. A deserted lodge, crumbling in silence, its roof cracked, its door ajar, but shelter nonetheless. I spent the night in that empty lodge, breathing the cold with every thought, beneath that roof of broken memories. I looked up, and the stars whispered, you are not lost, you are just passing through. The clouds hovered gently like old friends, pressed upon my skin, and I wondered how long had I forgotten this kind of stillness. I asked no one but heard answers in the branches, in the chill, in the hush. This wasn't a night to forget, but to remember what silence teaches. I will remember that night, the ruinous lodge that held me without a word. The stars, the moon, the clouds and the wind, they saw me. They became my path, and along that path without fear I will go. I just stepped off, that was all. A station barely marked on any map. A large winding pine tree stood silently at the end of the platform. It felt like something I'd once seen on a picture postcard, a strange and familiar scene. Someone like you seemed to be sitting in the waiting room chair, next to a signpost under yellow light, head bowed quietly, not waiting for anyone, but somehow still waiting. I stayed at that station, though I had a path to follow. I couldn't leave. Maybe because of that moment, as the sunset bled across the sky, I thought I saw you. The pine tree said nothing, and the train prepared to leave again. But I stood there hesitating beneath the name of a nameless place, as if peeking briefly into someone's heart. Were you really there that day? Or was it just something I wanted to see? These kinds of illusions keep stopping me in my tracks. I still haven't left, though the ticket is in my hand. The air of that station, the scenery, the bench, and that person like you, they all held my feet in place. The train is gone, only the sunset remains on the platform, and still I stand there hesitating at that station, wondering if it was love or simply loneliness. tightly closed lips, people holding something deep inside, like the heavy thoughts I had unpacked. Were they too running away like me from the noise, the promises, the endless race? No words in the quiet stillness, but in those eyes, stories left untold were quietly resting. I saw people like me on the train, those who had turned off the noise of the world, heading to places unknown, not knowing what they were searching for, moved only by the urge to leave. Perhaps like me, they were simply escaping. Tears seemed to well in someone's eyes. Someone else reflected their childhood face in the sky outside the window. And someone whispered softly, I just wanna live as myself now. Someone said, a feeling I thought I'd forgotten clings once again to this window. It wasn't a letter, but a long-held silence, finally turning into sound. I saw people like me on the train, inside their soundless resolutions, rebuilding the days that had once collapsed. Maybe we weren't going anywhere new, maybe we were all just trying to return. The train moved on, but I still remember those people inside, in their eyes I saw myself again, and the train quietly passed through the road inside me. I was walking along a mountain stream, pacing my steps to the murmuring water. Under the shade of a cherry tree, the air was cool. A squirrel darted across a mossy rock. The wind stirred the leaves of a lacquer tree. The scent of azaleas and willows wrapped around me like a dream. Have I known this place before? No, it was my first time here, but every scene felt like a moment from a dream. And when a flying squirrel paused to look straight into my eyes, that fleeting glance was where the encounter began. You were there beside the flowing stream, as if we had known each other forever. No words were spoken, but your gaze said everything. Like a touch of sunlight, you melted into the moment. We didn't know each other's names, nor where we had come from, but we looked at the same landscape, remembered the same scent, shared the same silence. said nothing but handed me a stone. The pattern etched on the pebble still whispers the sound of the stream from the pocket of my coat. You were there like a breeze passing by, but deep within my memory you remain as a single frame. It wasn't love, but deeper than any love I've known. I keep walking, following the scent of that day. The encounter has passed, but it has become a part of me. You were there above the sound of the stream. At the crossroads of many paths, I came to a halt. No road called out to me, no road blocked my way, and that made it all the more confusing. Perhaps the choice had been made long ago. Crossing valleys, climbing rocks, my feet sinking in the mud. Struggling through for a while, I ask again and again, is this the right path? No. Am I the right one to walk it? The wind blows, the summit is still far. My breath is short and I grow smaller. But within that wind, something whispers, you're on the right path now. Now. The leaves trembled, the wind sometimes pushed me and sometimes embraced me. I said nothing in return, I simply kept climbing, believing that this wind-blown path would someday become my story. When I reached the summit, I did not shout. I simply sat down and entrusted all my questions to the wind. The wind passed by, brushing the dust off my soul, blowing away the heavy yesterday. I grew a little lighter and a little stronger. At the summit, I quietly prepared to descend. In the end, the wind carried me, and in that wind, I smiled quietly. The summit had not been waiting for me, it was I who had been waiting for myself all this time.
sun hung low on the mountain ridge. The river shimmered in golden light. I walked slowly along the riverside, saying nothing at all. Only my shadow walked beside me. A fluttering blade of grass held between my lips. I crouched down and listened to the water in that sound. Her laughter overlapped a voice I could never forget, echoing from somewhere. That riverside we used to walk together long ago. Now I walk alone, but her footsteps still echo somewhere deep in my heart, rushing past like the wind. The river flows on and I stand still, a single blade of grass in my hand, as if that were everything. A humble afternoon, a quiet thought though. She is gone, I am still on that path. The name of someone lingering on my tongue, swallowed in silence, even without speaking. Memory flows like that day's river. She may be gone, but the afternoon we shared remains in the breeze, reflected in the water, gently touching who I am now. I walk that time again once more, before the darkness settles in. I take another step, leaving behind her name, setting down the blade of grass. The river keeps flowing, and so do I. There is darkness, there is the moon, there are stars, there is the sound of water. I am alone, though I feel all of it, I remain still alone.
It's a cliche, I know. Pitching a tent, pouring a glass of soju, gazing at the sky. One of those nights, but this silence, it holds me without a word. The moon lives inside me, the stars live inside me, the sound of water too. I seem to be with them, but truly I'm with them. voice rises now in a quiet chuckle under the moonlight. That lump in my throat blows away with the wind, and I take another sip. The moonlight lingers in the glass, then slowly slips away. It's okay to be alone, because all of this is here with me. Each star whispers a story. That night it was me. When the sound of water falls asleep and the moon hides beyond the ridge, inside this tent I cradle another universe, draining the last drop of soju without calling your name, because this night is simply beautiful. An old tree standing tall casts its shade with open arms. A bench to one side, a worn out wooden table. A single can of beer resting on it, escaping the scorching sun. I sit there catching my breath. No one speaks to me, and I don't bother to arrange my thoughts. I just listen to the drifting sounds. Riding the breeze, a bicycle passing by, a child's laughter, and something stirring within me. This place where I've come to pause, a place where time flows just a bit slower. No drink to crave, no task to do, no worry to bear. Just for now, I forget them all under the shade of the Zelkova tree. I simply exist. It's not familiar, but the warmth and smell feel known. The texture of bark, a distant melody riding the air. All of it seems to be watching over me. Where did I come from, and why did I end up here? I start to wonder, then stop, take a sip of beer instead. Its bitterness strangely feels warm, even if this moment goes unrecorded. Even if I tell no one, this breeze, this this tree, this pause in my life, they will remain somewhere because I felt them. As the sunlight tilts a little more and the shadows stretch further, I'll eventually stand and leave, but for now I just sit with a can of beer. A strange city, an alley I'm walking for the first time. Walls that feel familiar yet cold, covered with the layers of old posters. Through those gaps, someone's back passes by. I stopped without thinking. It felt like that person might turn around. Long hair flowing over the shoulders, a slow stride and an unerasable silhouette. In that alley, I remembered someone. Was it a missed connection from the past, or someone I haven't met yet? Either way, that back lingers long in my mind. Maybe we were both just travelers in the stranger's eyes. There was a hint of a recognition. No words were spoken, but this alley would remember him. If I had called out, would he have stopped? If I had smiled, would he have turned around? If that had been me, would he have recognized me? At the mouth of a strange alley, I looked back at myself, following that person's back. My heart stretched out like a shadow. Every moment of that time is still walking within me. He never turned around, and I, silencing my hesitation, walk my own path, though the wind blew harshly. I didn't look back either. It had been a while since I last rented a bike. destination. No one waiting, just me, following the wind, following myself. A flower petal brushed past my front wheel. A child's laughter lingered in the air. I paused to wipe the sweat, taking in this afternoon of the street into myself. Perhaps it's the wind taking me somewhere. The thought quietly stayed with me today, not as anyone else, but simply as me. I rode through this road a little lonely, a little adrift, but just fine for an afternoon. As I crested the final hill, I whispered to myself, maybe I should just keep going to the edge of the city. And then I pedaled once more.
I deny it. Reality is still reality. It ties my body, binds my thoughts, even restrains the act of denial itself. So many directions, north, south, east, west, but no true destination. I spit into the air just like that. A little rebellion against everything. A fleeting gesture, as if to say, then let my path be drawn where that lands. Dreams begin from foolishness. Should I go to the sea, to the mountain top, or to a distant island? Should I walk the streets of a foreign land and fall in love with someone I've never known? Wherever it is, just not here, just not this version of myself. In that dream, a girl from another world held my hand. She smiled quietly and said, "This is the road. You've been walking it all alone." I didn't know where to go, so I wandered. I pretended I had somewhere to be, and maybe that was enough to keep walking. Now I think perhaps the road was never a place, rather a direction within
Didn't know where to go, so I just walked past the corner stores, past sleepy traffic lights, to the edge of the sidewalk. I kept walking until houses disappeared and fields opened wide, until the air grew spacious and still. The grass whispered in unfamiliar tones, and the nameless wildflowers nodded as if they knew everything. The birds spoke in riddles, not loudly, but with a kind of meaning. Even the wind seemed to carry words I almost understood. So I kept walking with no map, no plan, only a quiet feeling that if I went just a bit further, something might make sense. Beneath the swaying bridge by a slow muddy river, I sat, a boy was tossing stones. An old woman passed with a cane, and then I realized the road had never been lost. I had simply not learned to breathe with Had I not walked, I would never have heard the sky speak. Had I not been lost, I would never have noticed what it means to simply be. Now I walk, not to run, but to become. With every step, my breath grows deeper, my gaze clearer, and the world gradually accepts me. So I just walk without a reason, without needing to explain. The road speaks for itself, the grass bends, the light shifts, and the world welcomes a wanderer like an old friend. I sat in silence, the fire burned away old memories, and the guitar string rang once more. It wasn't a song, but quieter than silence, a voice from deep within me. There are times I wanna drift far away from city lights, from people's kindness. I stepped aside from all of it, listening to that one string. It didn't feel lonely, it felt exactly like coming back to myself. One guitar string was enough when no words could be said. That single note lightened my heart. This night, this glow, this quiet resonance, that was everything, and it was enough. As the fire dwindled, I set the guitar down. The string stopped, but inside me it kept ringing. There were no words, but somehow I understood a little more why I had left. There was noise in all the roads I walked, but the guitar string beside the fire asked nothing of me. It simply stayed. So I remember the firelight, the silence, the trembling of a single string that night. It saved my heart. The fire has gone out, but its warmth still reaches me. To some, this might be no song at all, but to me, it was everything that night held. A guitar string, it was the ember in my heart, still gently resonating. She said nothing, only traced the air lightly with her fingertips. Instead of words, I sent a gaze, and she nodded in return. The gypsy asked no questions, not my name, not my past. She only seemed to wonder if the me sitting here tonight was real or not. Then she silently handed me a guitar. I held that guitar close to my chest and gently pressed just one note. That note trembled quietly like my soul, unbroken. And then she smiled for the first time. The sound of stars shifting, the wind dancing in the fire. That night bore no names, only truth. What passed between us was not speech, but sheer presence. Everyone wonders, but not everyone is a gypsy. Wandering is the surface, a gypsy lives within. She made me confront the stranger inside myself. Wordlessly I held her hand, pressed one more note, and it recognized me like an old friend. She let go of my hand without a word, and that was enough. The night passed without a name. I know. Asked me nothing, and yet we were true to each other. That was the only moment every journey ever seeks to reach.
I had been walking without meaning, without purpose, and somehow I arrived at this strange valley. The sunlight was soft, the air clean. Each stone, each leaf held their places in silence. Then a bird far away uttered a short sound. It wasn't a song, it felt more like speech. Another bird responded, a continuing thread, gentle and vivid, like someone's old memory. Their voices came flying toward me. At first, I couldn't understand, but strangely, they felt familiar. You were always on the road. Wherever you paused, the world quietly breathed. Even the moments you turned away, the world still remembered you. I stopped walking near the center of the valley. A blade of grass was swaying. I heard what that leaf said. You being here now, that is everything. Before those words, I could say nothing. I stayed there for a long while. A soft wing beat from somewhere, a murmur between leaves. I was hearing it all. I didn't think of the way back. It didn't matter to be here now. That was all. And for the first time, I could simply breathe. Now I know words are not sounds, but presence. Words are not comprehension, but resonance. So I left the valley with gratitude for every word. I didn't say I won't forget. I only hoped that wherever I may dwell, those words might ring again. That would be enough.
How long has this song been with me? I wonder. It rose to my lips, then sank back down to where words don't reach. Memories kept fading. My fingers would hesitate, but the melody silent, but the feeling that no one could ever understand what this song held. So I never sang it. The quieter the world, the deeper it echoed inside. Even now, afraid someone might hear it, I keep it soft, whispering only within myself. And then one day I thought of someone who listened, not to my words but to the breath between them, to that person, or perhaps to you who's hearing this now. At last I offer this song carefully for the first time. This isn't a polished song, it doesn't seek applause. It's simply a record of being alive, a person's quiet truth. Yes, I can sing it now, though it was born in the solitude of night. Now that I sit across from you, I feel we can share this quiet together. The song I never shared with anyone, but now I send it to the wind, the stars, and you. A trembling line, a handful of hesitation, yet still it was all sincere. The day I left, everything was blurred. I wasn't even sure what I was searching for. Time passed, and under skies I didn't recognize, through alleys with names I couldn't recall, I slowly began to meet myself. The face reflected in the window no longer feels unfamiliar. Within the weariness, a quiet calm. The passing scenery whispers in silent tones. No need to say I'm okay or I'm still not ready. I am simply on my way back. The city will be the same, crowded, noisy, perhaps ready to consume me once more. But this time I'm different. The landscapes within me push me forward. Answers found in silence now guide my steps. Some stare out the window, others tap at their phones. Some are dozing and some are lost in thought. They all felt like versions of me. The stillness inside this bus didn't feel like an end. It felt more like something beginning. with eyes a little softer. Even as the scenery shifts, I remain myself. What I've learned on the road is not how to return, but how to live again once I'm back. I'd seen it all, that sorrow and joy had become familiar. But one morning, a single beam of sunlight made everything begin anew. There were whispers telling me to rest, to stop here and now. But I knew I still had nights left to tell my story. The journey isn't over yet, I'm still walking. I stood up where I had fallen and carved a new path where I had lost the old one. There's meaning in every step. The breath I take carries the wind's tail. The journey is still alive.
In the bag beside me lies a diary left unwritten, stories never fully shared, a photo I thought I had forgotten.
All of it speaks to me. It's not over yet. There are still a few more songs left to sing.
Oh, say it's over and life stops, but say it's not, and life begins to sing again. I'm still curious about tomorrow, and that alone keeps me journeying on. Oh, yes, the journey isn't over yet. Now I walk deeper, following a map hidden inside me. Step by step I expand my own world. Someday I'll arrive, but not today. There's no need to just yet. To be alive is to be on a journey. So I keep walking today. Don't ask me why. I'm still living. The road has not ended, and I am still on that road.
We both knew it was time to go, even without saying a word. What was in your final look wasn't parting, but a promise to me again. As the seasons we shared quietly passed us by, the warmth of those days won't fade so easily. I believe you feel the same. Where might we meet next time? In what kind of place or moment? Even if the scenery has changed, I hope we'll still smile the same. This road we walked in silence will remain our shared memory, quietly waiting for the day it continues. Like sunlight resting under a tree, our time together was brief, but the words we shared in it will bloom slowly, even after we part. Like our time, this moment isn't really the end. So where might we meet next time? I can't say for sure now, but if we still recognize each other, then that'll be enough. That's why I won't say goodbye today. I'll keep take care tucked away too, just wherever, whenever lets me